Most people eat with this. Not me. I eat with this. Hang tight. I'll show you what I mean. Hey everyone. Yeah, this is what I do now to eat. J-tube. It's pretty much connected to my small intestine. And I'll show you the process. It's kind of different. Something you don't do every day, so I'm going to share it with you. She's going to kind of ask you some questions that you may want to know about and go from there. I got to quit talking so loud. First thing is the bag. First thing is wash your freaking hands. Ended up with a too much bacteria. There's a video on that too where, I don't know if it's because of that or anything, but it was pretty damn painful. It was unbelievable. And whoo, yeah, pretty bad. The first thing is this little puppy to hang it.
So, what is a J-tube?
J-tube. J-tube, a feeding tube. A lot of people like, is this in your stomach? It's actually, no, it's a different type of tube. I can't remember what that type of tube was called.
That's called a J-tube, or G-tube.
G-tube, that's right. And a J-tube kind of bypasses that. Everything that enters my stomach, I throw up. Horrible. I can't hold it in. And then there's sometimes I can hold just a little bit in, but it's getting to a point where I can't even eat anymore, you know? It's horrible. And
that's precisely why you need this, so.
Oh, because I was getting sick and dehydrated and holy cow, just. So this is a formula that I have, and I go through six of these, just under 6, a day, at 18 hours a day. Which, yeah, it's kind of a long time to do, but what I'm noticing, I can't do it all the way. I start getting sick just from this stuff, which, wow, stupid. But I have a little backpack that you can hook this in, because this is rechargeable, so, shit, whatever, you know.
Just tote and go.
Yeah, walk around with it. Sir, you got your bag? Check your bag, please. You know, shit like that. Yeah, I'll check my bag, honey. Come here. Check out my tube. Show you my tube. That's my J-tube. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, but I start usually with 4 of these. And then usually by the time I'm awake, I can just finish the rest. It's usually not done yet, but... And that's a rate at 85 milliliters an hour. And this has got, what, 8.5 fluid ounces. So, in 250 milliliters. And I can show you, too, how that runs.
So, tell us a little bit about how you came to have a J-tube and why.
Oh, God. And I was reluctant, too, remember? Very reluctant in getting it. Okay. But I got to the point where I was in 130s at weight, and oh my God, I could see my sunken skull. So it ended up where I was getting sick all the time, throwing up. Same thing, just couldn't hold food down.
And that's changed how?
Well, the thing was, along the process, they found a tumor in my freaking pancreas. I got so many family members that have died from it, in double digits. It's ridiculous. I got one, a great uncle right now that's dying from it. And so far, I've beat it. It didn't spread at all, didn't spread, and thank God. Took it out, had the Whipple surgery. They just destroy your organs. Nothing's the same. And they don't tell you that.
Well, you had an endocrine tumor, which is different from an adenoma, which is certain death, but you had a pancreatic endocrine tumor. But it can metastasize to other areas of the body. You got very lucky. It hadn't migrated to any lymph nodes. This was the sign that there was something wrong, was that he vomited a lot. And then now it's become nonstop.
Yeah.
Even with the J-tube, because we found out something interesting. Tell us a little bit about what we recently found out.
Oh, crap. Well, with my problem with I have an intussusception is what's causing a lot of this backup. And, where I get the J-tube placed, it's right before the intussusception. So that's why I'm burping up this formula stuff. Just another...
So an intussusception is where the bowel telescopes into itself. I always liken it to a lightsaber. So those pretend kids' toys that you kind of whoosh, and it goes out to make like a sword or a lightsaber. Well, when it goes out, the opening is large. But when it telescopes into itself, it gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's what's happening to his small intestine. And there's about 4.5 inches of small intestine that is telescoped into itself. So that's like a total of 10 inches, or I'm sorry, 8 inches of bowel that
It's just a mess.
made very, very narrow.
Stupid
And
shit.
even liquid can't get past this. So
That's the
where we're
worst
at.
is liquid. Liquid's a big deal. I can't just down something. If I do that, it's coming right back up.
Well, now show them what you're doing. So you've got the bag filled.
I got the bag
all this
filled.
stuff.
Yeah, I got the bag filled. And this will run me throughout the night, and then I can add for the day too. And basically just hook it up. And then here's the adjustments and shit. And here is where I got to hook it up at too, which I did not show yet. But shit, that was a hell of a surgery too. Pretty painful. And they just went with the surgery, their original surgery they did with my J-tube, and just kind of cut at the bottom of it and threw it in there.
Oh, you mean the where they had
Where they had put it in, yes, yeah. So they just went in there and used the same hole, same whatever. And pretty much an on and off valve. This has got to be cleaned all the time. There is a thing, that plunger that comes, I can take this out, put it back in. I got to watch it because I get any air in there. I'm getting some gas. The more air I get in there, the more gas I get. But I have to bleed this and get all the air out of the line and have it come down all the way in to where I plug in at. So I will do that right now.
I'm going to ask a few questions why he does that. So, does the formula have a taste? I know it definitely has a smell.
It has a smell because...
It has a smell kind of like baby formula.
The reason we know that is because having a J-tube is not the most fun thing to have, because leaks, drips, all this stuff, what came loose, kind of unplugged somehow, and it just pooping all over me. And I woke up wet, and then just used the blankets to wipe it off, but you can definitely smell it. No flavor at all. There's no flavor. Now I'm priming this puppy. Let it go through the line. How I feel about this? I think for a while I got a little depressed about it. I mean, who wouldn't deal with this bullshit and keep getting sick and all that, which I'm staying positive. And everybody should stay positive and have a good partner too, which you've helped a lot. Yeah. That helps a lot. And having a lot of good friends in my life that you really find out in times and stuff. And eliminating people in your life for stress. My life is really a lot of stress. Not much stress anymore. Even with all this that we're going through, you know.
Well, and we've had to let go of a lot of things that you think you need or want, and you.
Oh, that's true too. Just financially, yeah. Financially, it really changed us. Mm-hmm. And you do. It's true. You don't realize how much money you piss away until all this happens. And you're like, what am I doing? I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Pull back the reins and say, okay, we need to be a little bit more responsible, because if we continue down this road, we can't make
pay the bills,
expenses every month. So.
But it did open our eyes on expenses too. It's just wow, pissing away money.
You don't think about grabbing a burger, or you're running out, so you throw something in the cart.
Or stuff that's taken out of your freaking checking account that you just don't realize.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I know people don't realize that, but whatever. I got it filled up.
There you go.
Right up to the tip. And I try to get right up to the tip. Right to the tip. And that way I don't have any air in there.
I remember the first night he did this, and he got home and he plugged it in and never bled the line, and he burped and he farted.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
You didn't bleed the line, and you pushed all that air in there, and you were miserable.
God, holy cow.
After you got home.
That's like, what miserable? Because I'm always different miserable. I don't know what part of miserable.
A different kind of terrible.
But right now, I'm plugging the puppy in. This little freaking bastard. Or maybe this guy. Whatever. I don't even know if they can see it. But just that. It's just a twist deal. Just twist it, turn on my valve.
Which is how you can imagine gets untwisted.
And if I don't turn the valve on and I have the pump, an alarm will go off saying something's stopping it from going. And I pretty much...
Ask me how often that alarm goes off, Ryan.
Oh my God.
Every single night.
Because sometimes I don't put enough in, it's empty, and it's stupid shit. Now all I gotta do, hit the run button, and it's freaking party time for me. I'm pigging out.
All right. So
What do you got, lady?
So that leads me to some other questions. So, do you even eat by mouth anymore?
It's come to a point the last 2 weeks, I would say. It was getting so bad. It's ridiculous. There it goes. I gotta shut it off or do something. That's just what you hear. If I don't shut it off, it'll do this. So in the middle of the night, yeah.
Well, even when he's disconnected, he's in one room,
yeah,
another room.
she's not too happy. I don't. But anyways, what I did, I'm gonna turn this off. And I'm gonna disconnect this because I want to show you how I get liquid in me, which I didn't. I almost forgot. And if I eat food and liquid together, it's a nightmare. I will guaranteed throw up. I can't have them together. I don't know why.
The liquid backs up is because, think about it, there's no air in there. There's no air beyond your stomach. So if there's not a bubble that can come up, hence you're burping, then the liquid isn't going down. Actually, if you're burping, the interesting part is it means that stuff is trickling.
Something's happening. Who knows what?
Yeah. So this is interesting how he drinks. And
this is a syringe.
He wasn't getting enough of it.
And yeah, it just has a little cap. Same thing on here to twist. Just pretty much siphon it out. That's all. Siphon water. I do this 60 milliliters. I don't know what the hell ounces it is, but I'll do 3 of these. So that's 120 milliliters. 5 times a day I do to get liquid in. And if I can get any more in me, if I can throughout the day. Pretty much plug the puppy in too. Just plug it in. Oh God, that's going spazzing. And inject. Let me see if I can show this puppy.
You'll see. Oh, you just should have seen the white clear out of that.
Yeah, if I go back, it's backing up in there. That's from my formula. And that's from pushing up from inside me, as crazy as it is. And just push it in. And I'll do 3 of these, like I said. 5 times a day, shut my valve off. I'd happened before not shutting my valve off and dripping all freaking all over the place. But that's pretty much how I got my liquid.
This came about, this need to get water this way came about because Ron was going to hydration at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times.
And the injection, just my veins are so calloused up from going through this whole process. Maybe I should have got one of those.
And that's really why most people get ports through this. Ron was adverse to getting a port and wanted a PICC line, and they said that they wouldn't do a PICC line because either because of the surgery or other things that were going on in his life, he developed a blood clot in both arms, both legs, and in his lung after the surgery. We don't know if it was attributable to the surgery, but many times you can
it is
get a blood
because
clot after the surgery.
And because that, yeah.
But the pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor also creates an issue with blood clotting as well. So once you have a pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor, because it is an androgen tumor based off of hormones, many times...
Wow. I think a lot of that happened with grinding my teeth.
You can have...
stress.
You can have... it controls things like triglycerides and cholesterol by different...
Oh, it's just odd. It's an odd...
Yeah, it's a very
odd hormone,
tumor. Yeah. And so part of the neuroendocrine tumor, when Ron was mentioning grinding his teeth, part of the neuroendocrine tumor is heightened anxiety. And it had gotten crazy bad.
Anything I do, even talking to people, is really crazy.
Yeah, because he wasn't doing very well with his anxiety. And
I couldn't talk.
Oral issues, yeah.
So hopefully... And hopefully I can show everybody too, being at the bottom with all this, going through hell, and one thing knocking down. How many times did I try to go back to the gym? 3 times, I think, maybe?
Well, yeah.
2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times. Yeah, I can't really...
Because everything came back and hit me, and then I tried again. But I'm not giving up. Hopefully things can start getting behind me.
So can you go to the gym with this? Tell them a little bit about what this is kind of created the problem of not really being able to work out too much anymore.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, they looked it up about exercising, but you can't move too much. This thing will hurt like a son of a bitch if you do a lot of movement.
And Ron's very tight in his abdomen.
Yeah,
They had a lot of trouble getting him back together after the Whipple surgery. That was the very first
Oh,
comment
God, that was the
surgeon
worst.
made, was that his abdominal muscles were so tight that it was like wrestling to get him back together. So I can imagine that if you're that taut in the abdominal muscles, that perhaps you just don't have the... I said to him, it pays to be pudgy. He should
the room.
try it. I don't think it has room in there, and it must maybe
It could be too, because as you get older too, your organs grow. So maybe when he did tighten it up, everything was just like what a minute.
Well, you felt that.
Oh, I did. Oh, and then they put the binder on me. Oh, it was just a really horrible experience.
Yeah.
And that's after that is when I started doing the video and just sharing my journey.
You had the heightened anxiety, then they put you on pain medicine that really isn't great for you.
What they do is knock me out.
And so then they ended up knocking him out. And now they've gotten used to him. Unfortunately, this doctor's done surgery on him more than once at Cleveland.
Surgeon.
He's kind of used to how Ron handles pain medications and pain.
He knows.
And so he's been much more ready for Ron when he's around.
Now I think if I have another surgery, I don't know. God, I don't know. Is there any other questions?
That's an interesting thing, is that the only way to reverse this intussusception is surgically. Otherwise, this is going to keep doing it. How do you sleep?
Oh, that's an interesting one. I just got to watch because I toss and turn a lot. And I do. Once you do this a lot, you get used to having this on you. And watch when you toss and turn.
Mm-hmm.
It did pop out. My J-tube popped out. One time when I woke up. Not a good thing. Oh God, not good.
Well, and that's sort of, I think, the decision.
So when they put that back in, pretty painful because you're awake. They give you pain stuff, but it didn't do much. So I got to watch it, and I do now. I'm very slower and very careful about what I do. And I do, it was warmer out when I had this on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I was pulling on it because I didn't have a shirt on. You got to have a shirt on with this because it's gonna catch. You're gonna catch.
Yeah, I think that's what we've been most concerned about. Once he traumatized the tube in that he got his hand stuck between the tube himself and the microwave handle. It's a story. You'll have to watch that video. And then ended up having the J-tube. It released just a few weeks after that trauma, and then just fell out. And it was painful, and it was replaced. And after that
was something else. Yeah.
I think he was pretty convinced going to the gym, running the risk of just.
But I can't. But
a barbell.
Yeah, but I can't though, because even the movement too, I've noticed.
Yeah, if he moves a lot one day, the next day's not a great day. It's painful.
Even later on, yeah, I'm like, ugh. So it's like I'm limited. And I don't like to be limited. It's just bullshit. I'm a moving kind of guy, and it's just, I'm not a sickly person, so I'm just sucking this up and dealing with what I have to deal with right now. And
get to a spot where he can get back to it.
It's been
the motivation, I think, to
long process, very long process.
So what about showering? Is it like a cast where you have to cover it, do anything like that?
I got this tape, and it's pretty good with water, and it stays on, and I just wash around it, and then I get out, I retape, make sure I dry, and I'm pretty hairy. I shave those areas. If you don't, and where my scar is at, if I don't shave it, it's pretty painful because I got a lot of scar tissue damage there that's really sore. Not damage, but whatever the hell you call it. And you get chopped up.
I know we went out one time and he was wearing a tighter undershirt and it was forcing the tube down.
It was bending, and I gotta watch that too. You definitely gotta have some room, some room. Any little movement on that just caught. So it's not a great thing to have.
So what about going out? What about how do we handle going out to eat?
I don't, but
we don't. No, we really don't. That's something that. Well, funny enough, we used to eat out fairly often. I mean, not like... There was
just this one time, that place we went, that plate or whatever it was, whatever that place was, and we went and we shared it. But that went up, and then from there we're like, no more, because I'm just wasting our money. Hunger.
Oh, yeah.
When I have this, and you're still hungry. You're starving. It doesn't matter. Bypass your stomach. You're hungry all the time. I used to diet for shows and stuff like that. I forgot what it felt like to be hungry. But you get used to it. You do. I mean, people that do these with a 24-hour fast, 48-hour fast. I did a fast not too long ago, and after so many hours, it's really not bad. You just kind of cruise. You do. You get these little episodes, and you're fine. As soon as you get past it, you're fine. So it's interesting. That's in the future. I'm not going to talk about it.
I mean, for me, I make much smaller portions these days. We try to think about, I always ask if there's something that he wants or he can't
Yeah,
eat.
you ask all the time. I'm like, what's up? I can't eat. But you do ask. And then there's some stuff I can eat, that I can, like a little bit of that pudding. What's that called?
The tapioca pudding.
Like a pudding. But it's not much. It's so little. We overanalyze stuff because we're always trying to figure this out. But this is the way I'm living right now.
Yep, that's it. That's how he's working it out.
And I think it's about it again.
Well, last thing for people, what do you miss about eating?
Oh, flavor. Like, you're unbelievable, like having a chef, a lot of food. And there's just food everywhere to eat. Jesus, if I was healthy, because you eat a lot of healthy food, or cook a lot of healthy food.
We do.
And you do, and you can.
Probiotic stuff. I make my.
But what I'm saying is, I get hungry.
Sourdough.
And yeah, I do. I do miss food. I think with the holidays coming up too. But it'd be harder. But I'm not. It's just like dieting. Like I said, when I was doing shows, I'm around it all the time. It's just discipline and dealing with it, because I know if I eat it, I'm going to pay for it.
That's the thing. I think that's the worst part about this is you can say, oh, well, he can eat it. My mom will say that all the time. Well, he can eat it. Yes.
They don't understand.
He might be able to eat it, but he won't tolerate it. And that's the worst
Well,
it won't go down. If he's feeling like this.
no, but the thing is too, it can be in there for hours.
Right.
Hours. I'm just all brewing and dealing with this, and it's time to let it go.
When I think a lot of bending and stooping, even when you don't have the intussusception.
Oh, that could just fall right out. It falls out.
Yeah.
There's times it literally bend over, it just falls out and puking. It just, what the hell?
And so basically with this intussusception, hopefully we get some more answers. You're going for a colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy, they're going to check. That's one route, and they say if that don't work, I got something else to go another way. And I'm like, why don't they go the other way first? Whatever, play this game or insurance game, whatever it is. So whatever.
A lot of what we have to worry about is when he does do any of this stuff, he's not wired like the rest of us. He's not normal on the inside anymore. And we always have to make sure we have a really good surgeon who's aware of his
Yes, because they go in there surprised.
Poke right through an intestine.
Yep, we do that.
Or damage the stomach.
Rest of my life, I gotta make sure of that. Yeah. But I don't plan on seeing anybody until I'm kicking the bucket. Hopefully, not from then.
Well, fingers crossed, we get some
through this. Yeah.
But this is dinner.
Pretty much what I eat now, and this is how I deal with it. Just wanted to share that, and that's about it, guys. If you like this, or someone's having a tough time in life, haven't popped this on, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to fight through this and get through it. I will. It's the way it is, and hopefully I can get where I was, if not even better, and be a better person because of going through this, And I am. It's changing me quite a bit. All right, everybody, take care.